Hi y'all. I might actually put in the description how many times I've tried doing this video. It might be funny. So I still don't have an editor. I still can't work the editing program as cleanly as I would like to, or you would have had a video last week. You would have had this video last week. I don't want to put out anything mediocre. So I'm trying to do this in one take. I have done this so many different times. I've done this with classes, without classes. Without classes are better because you can't see the reflection. And I'm still trying to get used to looking at the lens and not my face. Also, if you watched last week's video, you notice that I'm a different point in my bedroom. You can see all my stuff, which is above someone else's books, so it looks kind of weird, but I'm digging it. My pops especially were getting messed up in storage, so I decided to bring them all out. Anyway, so I do have a real video for this week. What I want to talk about today is why I like anime. And I mean, I'm just going to pretty much talk about one reason why. I watch every genre, and this pretty much stands for every anime that I've watched. Whether it be slice of life, whether it be shonen, whether it be magical girls, whether it be whatever genre, whatever type, whatever. It's animated, so you can do a lot more with it. Now, here's your spoiler warning. I am going to be talking a lot about Death Note. Why am I putting a spoiler warning for something this old? I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I know some people are really picky about their spoilers. Some people I know won't watch anime openings or endings because they're afraid that it's going to be spoiled. They don't watch trailers because they think it's going to spoil it. So if you're that kind of person who still hasn't watched this anime that's, I don't want to say old because that will make me feel old, but that's been out for a little while, and that I think all the plot points are pretty much common knowledge now. But just in case, if you're afraid that anything I could say could spoil Death Note, don't watch it. I don't think I'm going to talk about anything that's major anyway. But either don't watch this video or watch with caution. So, I like anime mostly because you can do a lot more with the animation than you can do with live right there person. So, if I use my Death Note example, you have Light Yagami, who is on the surface a very normal teenager, very smart, very ambitious. He wants to be a police officer just like his father. Long story short, he finds this book that you write the name of someone and think of their face and they die. You can be creative with their deaths, or they'll just die of a heart attack. So at first he doesn't believe it, so he tries it, it works. He thinks that might be a coincidence, so he tries it again, it works again. Eventually he's like, oh my goodness, I can make this a better world. I can kill all the bad guys that keep slipping through the cracks. It becomes just killing bad guys to killing anybody who is after him, because after all these mysterious deaths, it's a serial killer. Regardless of who's dying. So that brings in the FBI, that brings in Interpol, this brings in another detective. So it's a cat and mouse psychological thriller. And what they do when Light is Light is Kira, which is who they call this new serial killer. From when Light is just a student, with the colors and the animation and the facial expressions, I don't know how. I haven't seen a way to do it in live action. Now, keeping in mind that if you don't count the manga, you have the anime, you have the Japanese movies, you have the live action drama, you have the Netflix movie, which we like to pretend doesn't exist, most of us. If you liked it, I'm sorry. But, and I did like the movies, Japanese movies. I did like the live action drama. But the anime brought more to the table. I mean, the viewer could tell exactly when his mind went from a normal, everyday, what you would think of as a normal person, to, it's like it just flipped the switch. And he went from, there was Light and there was Kira, and they were two completely different people. But they weren't. Just between the colors and the way they drew his face and his facial expressions. I mean, you can't do that in live action. And most animated shows for adults in the Western culture are not like this. Like, you have The Simpsons, you have Bob's Burgers, you have Family Guy. They're all just mostly just regular cartoons that are poking fun of whatever. With anime, you get so much more. And like I said at the beginning of this video, you could talk about this with anything. Like, even I had just got done watching Anohara, and literally yesterday I was bawling my eyes out. And the way they had the colors, the way they had their facial expressions, I mean, even if it's just like a regular scene where, you know, there's nothing supernatural going on, or there's nothing like Death Note going on, but you can tell someone what kind of facial expression you want all day. You're going to get so many different facial expressions. If you ask this person, between this person, they're going to show it differently. When you can animate it, you can animate it exactly how you want it. And the voice actors, I mean, they only have their voice, and most of them are so amazing. I mean, it's just a medium that you can get so much out of from just one episode, from just one scene even. And it's like, it seems like they take their time and they think through everything, every sound effect, every piece of music, every note, very deliberately. They know, the people who make the shows know exactly what they want. I mean, one thing that Studio Ghibli does well is their food scenes. I mean, everyone talks about their food scenes. You don't really notice that in live action. It's just food. But you get people trying to replicate what they see in Ghibli. Maybe it's because it's animated and because it's harder to do, to where it looks so good. But I don't know. It's just people are so much more passionate about the fans and the creators and the people. I mean, the actors, the actresses. It seems like they're all so much more passionate about it than what you see in live action, or at least what you see in Western live action. When they make the cast announcements, when they make the new season announcements, it's a production. I mean, yes, that's mostly for the bigger ones, but when you go on Twitter and you see someone post that they're doing such and such character, it may be because you had seen this before subtitled, and you're going, yeah, that person would do a good job, or that's an interesting choice, I can't wait to hear this. I don't know. There's so many different avenues of why. But it's something about, I get in scenes, and I'm emotional anyway when I watch TV and movies, but it seems like when it's animated, you get so much more because you have each little intricate detail that was looked at. It's like a character's hair doesn't move without thought. Without, okay, this is exactly what should happen. Now, I'm not saying that everything Western is like that, but most of it's not. When you think of, and let's compare apples and apples and apples and oranges. So let's not even think about live action for a moment. Let's think about The Simpsons or Family Guy or Bob's Burger compared to your favorite anime. If you compare the two, one doesn't feel as finished as anime does, if that makes sense. One doesn't, what you see on Fox, because let's face it, Fox has all the animated shows. What you see on Fox compared to what you would watch on Funimation, they're completely different. And that's okay. Some people might like this one better. Some people might like this one better. But it's to each their own. And I'm not going to hate on someone for liking something, but some people do try to do that. And see, this is where I'm trying not to do another take, but I don't want to cut this out. This is, you get so much more emotion just from a death scene than I see in a lot of live action things that I have seen. Again, not every, but it seems like there's just more effort put into anime, and I hate saying that because people do work like crazy on Western shows. People do work themselves hard. People do put a lot of effort into those shows. But it's different when it comes to anime. It just seems like there's more. And it might not even be the show itself. It might be because it's usually adapted from a manga. And it may be because Japan might decide they want musicals. It might be because there's more of an interaction with fans, with the fandoms. or the conventions, or this, that, or the other. I mean, it could be so much, but I mean, I just heard myself. Anime and is, I don't know. You can get so much more. You can tell so much more stories. If you want someone who is completely rubber, you can make them. If you want someone who looks completely like a robot and who you don't have to worry about smiling, you can do that. I think that, I think that people who look down on anime need to, at least try one. Maybe two. Just because there are so many different genres. But if you're not watching anime just because it's animated, or just because it's Japanese, or just because of whatever you think it is, then just try it. Ask your friend who likes anime. I want to watch a show. What would be a good one to get into? I guarantee you that friend is probably passionate enough about anime to be able to suggest a good one for you. And I'm not saying that you're going to like it. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that, it deserves a chance. Because yes, I know people like that who I can get to watch the live action Death Note. The live action Japanese Death Note, because it's not animated. But they won't watch the animated one. I know someone who liked the live action Black Butler. And I know they would like the animated one so much better. But they won't give it a try because it's animated. Now, I know most people who are watching this video already like anime, but if you don't, I challenge you to find one. So, down in the comments below, tell me why you like anime. Tell me what makes you passionate about this. And if you're one of those people who's never really tried it, never really gave it a thought, and did try it because of this video, tell me, what one did you try and what did you think of it? Also, I have Patreon tiers coming as soon as I can figure out what to do for them. My Patreon link, as always, will be down in the comments below, along with how many takes it took me to do this video. The video had a lot. Now, I will say that this video had a lot more substance to it, but I'm keeping them a little bit shorter because I don't want to do them. I don't want to do a million takes of. Right now, looking at my timer, 19 minutes, and I can't cut out because I don't know how to work editing programs, apparently. So, this is where I'm ending this, and I already have an idea of what video I'm going to do next week. So, if I can't get the editing program to work, I'm just going to one shot like I did this one, and hope for the best. So, I'm going to end it with just be nice to each other. Don't be mean to each other. Don't be assholes. Just, yeah, there you go. If you want something to live by, don't be an asshole. Peace.